hypercar, what car should we get?
Sounds insane.
Guys, we were at SR Auto Group, our home away from home. That's Raymond's Bugatti Chiron, and we're here to talk today to you about hypercars. You need to be hyper. Could we ever afford a hypercar? Well, the answer is yes. We already know we can. It would just be a really poor decision on my part. Run a company that essentially needs to make content on YouTube to make a living. The expenses of this car or other cars like it in the millions of dollars also cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to insure where we live. Also cost hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. So what you're gonna learn in this video is we have figured out a way to not only buy or lease, in this case, a hypercar, we've also figured out how to insure it. Question is, could we do it here or would we have to go somewhere else? Another province perhaps? Or maybe a completely different country? You'll find out in this episode. It would be fun to have a Bugatti, for sure. Or maybe a Koenigsegg. Or maybe actually just get the P1 we bought the first time and actually finally insure it. Stick around. Mia, have you ever been in a Koenigsegg?
No.
Do you want to go in one?
Yes.
Dave, you're coming with me. I'm just joking. I'm gonna take you. Dave, you've been in these cars before.
I have been there, done that.
You went in this car with Raymond. What was that experience like?
It's actually not what you think. It's very sophisticated, this car. It's very smooth. The Agera sounds like it wants to destroy the planet when it's driving. This car is very, not what you'd expect from a hypercar. You would think it'd be really loud and aggressive. It's quiet, it's smooth, it's comfortable.
Is it fast?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's one of those cars where it has so much power instantly, you don't feel it hitting. It's just there. Like the torque's all down low, and it just doesn't stop. That car will do what, 442 or whatever it is?
Yeah, it's crazy. So this car, if you don't know, has a W16 engine and it has 4 turbos. That's right, 4 turbos. And this car produces 1,500 horsepower. 1,500 horsepower, it's mind-boggling. Most of you guys probably know enough about Bugattis, but I'm still learning. This is a specific model of the Chiron. This car here is the Chiron, but sport. And they make multiple versions of this car. So in total, they're making 500 Chirons. Yeah. And then within that line of Chiron, they make so many of the regular Chirons. They made 60 of what is known as the Sport. And then you can spec it to be like super special. So Raymond spec'd this car. It's fully exposed carbon, the whole car. So when you look up close, every panel on this car is carbon. I believe when we looked at the spec sheet, Dave, it was like $360,000.
$400,000 for the carbon and then the aluminum stuff and the...
Yes, the polished top of the engine cover, $40,000. The sky view, that's what this is called. The glass inserted in the roof. It doesn't open, it's just glass inserted. This is a $60,000 option, 62, I believe. Now, we're not gonna drive this Chiron today. We'll save that for a little treat another day. Raymond also has an Agera RS. It's a special Koenigsegg. It is also, up until just recently, it was the world's fastest production car, recently beat out by the SSC Tuatara. Unbelievable, these cars are doing upwards of almost 300 miles per hour. Bugatti built a Chiron called the Super Sport.
Yes.
And the Super Sport Chiron did over 300 miles per hour. Shall we go get the Koenigsegg?
Yeah.
You excited?
Very excited.
Gabe should be here any minute. We're gonna have Gabe in the GT3, because the GT3 will have no problem keeping up. We're gonna do the speed limit. Maybe, maybe not. Wow, that's something else. It came in a little hot.
Yeah, I know.
I got it in slow-mo.
I'm angry today.
You are angry today. This is a very impressive car. Out of all the hypercar manufacturers, and I'm not gonna list them all, I mean, it's debatable what a hypercar is sometimes. Out of the big ones, Koenigsegg, Bugatti, Pagani, Porsche, Ferrari, yada, yada, yada. What would be your favorite hypercar? Just list it in the comments for fun. I'm always curious to see what people love, what they don't love. I love all cars, I think they're all great. And you have to always drink a Red Bull before you get in a hypercar, because you need to be hyper. How much is this key to replace if someone was to drop it?
I think the case was $6,000. If you can see this, I have cracked the key because I dropped it yesterday. Oh, and I broke a lot of it, apparently. See?
What are you doing?
I don't know, man. Enigma's here! Enigma!
Raymond's name now, nickname for Gabe, is the Enigma. New purchase. I wish. He will show you how the door opens.
Press it. Then lift it.
It takes a second. There you go. Thank you, Uncle Raymond. All carbon fiber. So this car is really special. This car was a little over, I believe, $2 million to purchase. And basically, these cars have appreciated in value significantly to the point of where I believe they've over doubled. So we are currently sitting in a $4 million+ car. Beautiful leather. Got a little piece of glass also in this roof. The logo, the Ghost, for Ghost Squadron. Do you know why?
No.
This car is made in Sweden. It is built in an old Air Force facility that they've converted into the car manufacturing plant now. And to keep all the tradition and the history, they used to call the Air Force fighter pilots out of that location the Ghost Squadron. So they've kept all that, the heritage with the country.
It feels like I'm in a plane with the way that this is like.
Right? We'll listen to this.
This car is so loud.
It's cool, hey? And this is all stock. Sounds insane. I think we need one day. Hey?
One day, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to operate everything about it. It takes a bit of refresher. Where is the lift, please, in this?
Lift is this guy right here.
It's nice and easy. It's right on the steering wheel.
Yeah, reverse.
Yes.
Is a double click of this.
Double click.
So 1, 2.
Yep.
Drops it in reverse.
Ready for this, Mia?
Yeah. No. Yes and no. I'm
Right?
so excited, but I'm also scared.
We're gonna take a little rip on the highway. What do you think?
Police over there.
I saw the police. So hypercar, could we afford one? The answer is yes. How do we execute that? Well, we might have to move or build a company, not only in potentially a different province in Canada, but we might actually have to put it into a different country. Now, what country? Well, close enough to us is the United States. And then we'd have to select the right state. Because different states have different taxes. Montana, zero sales tax. You want to hear what this thing sounds like? Just the experience. This thing is so visceral. Hear everything behind you, right? You don't even know what to say. Talk to me, girl.
I don't know what to say. It's crazy. I know nothing about cars, but this is quite the experience. I feel like I'm in a plane on the ground.
So I want you guys to tell me, what hypercar, if DD bought one, what car should we get? What do you think?
So cool.
So far, Koenigsegg high on the list?
Yeah.
High on the list?
Very high. Definitely probably the coolest car I've ever been in.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Just everything about it, it's like, it's an experience.
Yeah.
And the sound, like, think about how it sounds. Nothing that'll slow a hypercar down faster than traffic or the police. Everyone keeps staring at this car, I don't know why.
Yeah, I wonder.
I'll talk to you guys about what it's going to take for DDE to buy a car of this level and also be able to insure it and make sure it's covered for everything. If we did open another corporation so we could buy a hypercar and do it all properly and on the up and up, because that's what we want to do, where would we get it? Now, according to my research, smart choice would be to have it in the United States. And in a state such as, example, Montana. The problem we run into is I'm not a US citizen. I have no credit line in the United States. So I would have to buy the car basically outright in cash, but I would have zero sales tax, so I'd save money there. And then I would have to insure the car for whatever use I want to have it under. That's an option. To do this, I'd probably need to do it in Canada. That means now I'm limited to provinces and territories that I have within this country, that I still have my ability to use financing, specifically probably a lease. And I'll tell you why leasing is a really good option for daily driven exotics, and why we do lease a bunch of our cars. Contrary to belief, not all the cars are leased. We do own a bunch outright. For example, Mia's car, I bought in cash. The R35 GTR that Dave has, that's twin turboed, that is paid for. We also bought the R34 GTR in cash. So there are 3 cars we own outright. Then the rest of the cars are leased. And a lot of people think that leasing is a negative thing. It's not when you run a business. I only pay taxes on the down payment. All the payments are are tax deductible. I can write those off essentially. It also allows us to have cash flow. When you run a business, you want to have as much cash available to you to make moves, to be liquid, quick business decisions. So that's what I'd want to do with this car. Then I have to figure out how to insure it. I'm probably gonna have to get creative with the insurance. Now we're gonna want to make sure we put the lift up, lift going up. What's up, guys? Hi. Hi. I love the color. I love the color of the bike. Yeah. So it is possible that we get one of these cars sooner than one might think. Double tap on the downshift, goes in the reverse. And like that, we're safely back to SR Auto Group.
That is next level parallel parking right there.
Not bad, hey?
Very well done.
You just got to do it with confidence. I've driven a lot of supercars. I've had the privilege of driving quite a few hypercars at this point. And well, thank you very much to Raymond. You guys got to drop Raymond a follow at SR Auto Group. When the time comes that we've made the decision and we've made all the planning, we've got all the things in alignment to be able to finally execute on one of these cars, it's going to be a monumental day. I'm going to admit, I got a little ahead of myself on the last purchase. It's okay. Sometimes you take a bit of an L in life. You get past it and you move on, go for the next win. You want to get out? You want to open the door?
Not really. So, Raymond, do you want to open the door so that I don't
Hold the door,
no,
Hannah.
not in that way. I mean, like, so I don't mess up your $5 million US whatever car. Jeez, it makes me so nervous.
You don't want me to take Dave around the block because I can drive it fast?
It doesn't really go that fast.
Wow.
That big jacket, it's got a wide tub.
You want to take your jacket
Look how
off?
wide the tub is. That'll be good.
The tub's huge. You know what they say about these cars? It's got a big tub.
This car is, I like it better than the Chiron. For sure.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you think about it driving down the road?
Oh, it looks crazy. Road presence, it's wide, it sounds good, it's got great lighting. Interior is way more over the top. The Chiron's almost understated, which sounds insane to say. Or weighs literally nothing.
It's so light, isn't it?
It's literally...
Will it close itself?
I guess so.
Onto this?
Look at the little handle on the door. You guys see this? Itty bitty little carbon fiber little. It's like a cigar pipe.
All right, Dave. Your very first drive.
And again, Agera RS.
You went with me in
The CCX.
The CCX
In
when I drove
Wayne's.
Wayne's car.
Yeah. Sounds really good. Little pop.
Here's what we were talking about. DD can get a hypercar. We can afford one car right now. Now we couldn't afford this car. This car's $4 million.
US.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we could afford a car in the $1 to $2 million range.
How much is a CCX like what Wayne has?
We could get a CCX about 1.5 million. So a Koenigsegg is in the cards for us. A Bugatti Veyron would be in the cards for us. A 918.
Yeah.
A LaFerrari is just a little out. Even though the prices came down, LaFerrari is still looking at like $2.5 to $2.8 million. A lot of money. Let us know what you think we should get eventually, what we could potentially get for the $1 to $2 million mark. Now that we know how to do this, what car would you guys want to see on the channel? I would like to put it to a vote. I love all the cars, but I'm curious. Now, I'm not saying your guys' decision's gonna influence us. We're gonna pick the car we ultimately want to have, and it'll be fun for everybody no matter what.
We are curious what you guys like. I mean, we have our perspective on things, and that's just us.
What do you think?
I love it. This car's really cool. The shifts are definitely not smooth, but they're exciting.
All these manufacturers are they're killing the game in their own ways. You know, everyone's got its own unique features. For example, Koenigseggs are the only car in the world that come with the door that has the crazy dihedral hex flex.
They are the best doors.
In my opinion, if you're not going to have doors that go up, you might as well have doors that twist and go out.
It's almost too bad about the Chiron that has regular doors.
It is kind
of a disappointment.
It is kind of like, they're almost like, you know what, we gave you 4 turbos and a W16 engine, so shut your mouth.
Oh, yes! How much horsepower does this car have?
1,400 horsepower? I believe it's 1,400 horsepower.
And top speed of this car?
Well, this was the world record holder, but then ultimately now the SSC 2 Atara holds the record.
Can you buy that car yet, though?
No.
My reactions are not fake for YouTube. Like,
and that's 35-40% throttle. I kid you not. That is not me flooring it, because Raymond said not to. So that is like, I figured out roughly where the halfway point is, and I'm not even going to the halfway point. It's crazy. I couldn't imagine if you could just, we could just punch it.
Buy a highway for a day. A highway, a straight highway, and just go ham. Woo! This guy just stops. People see this car, they literally stop in traffic.
Yeah, that guy was like, I need to stop, take a picture.
Imagine buying this car, doing all the basic DD stuff to it. We put wheels on it, we wrap it.
Oh yeah.
We lowered ourselves.
Because we could make this car better.
Sounds good.
45% throttle in this thing is crazy.
Through the door. I gotta watch the curb on that one. If you're too close to the curb, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're getting warned, you gotta be careful. So don't F your door up, moron. Well, damn.
I get it. I get why, like, you know, guys who work their faces off, build these big companies, make lots of money, and they're like, I'm buying a Koenigsegg. Why? Because it's the you car to go with you money that I worked my face off for. Like Dave said, it's got a really wide tub.
It does. Look at that. Look at that reach to get out.
It's actually not hard to get out because of the way that the doors move forward and they're like out of your way. Ventador, Murcielago, the doors are a bit in your way when you're trying to get in and out of the car.
Well, Damon's doing the thumbnail because to pay for this car potentially we need views, and a thumbnail equates to views. Thanks for watching this episode. Please do us a favor, take a minute and smash the subscribe button.
57% of the audience that watch our videos aren't subscribed. It's free, and then that way you get a notification of when the new videos come out. And again, you might see something like us buying a hypercar for real this time and seeing it through.
I'm gonna take this a step further, a pyramid scheme. Talk to 3 of your friends right now, get them to subscribe, and those friends can get 3 friends, and we'll have 15 million subscribers. We'll get the Agera RS. We'll actually get 2 because, you know, I want one too. I love the Squadra. It's actually one of my favorite cars, but that'd be a good pairing. Get the Agera and the Squadra. Thanks for watching this video, you guys. Lots to look forward to here at DDE. All these cars we're building, there's a purpose to it. There'll be some crazy content coming in. As soon as it's cool, and the track's open, we can drive the cars fast. You'll see the cars head to head. You'll see Damon doing donuts. You'll see me crashing G-Wagons. All part of the experience here at DDE. Later.
Dave, what do you got to say to the audience? I don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words at this point. By the way, did you see the key? You want to hold it? Raymond already screwed it up, so don't worry about dropping it.
It's heavy.
It is heavy.
Agera RS with the cracks. I think the cracks make it cooler. Anyways, there's a thumbnail right there. Boom! Boom! Buying 17 hypercars.